I've done my brows and primed my eyes using my YSL All Hours Concealer. I'm taking my Wayne Goss number 17 and an Olds Makeup Forever eyeshadow M532. Slightly pink toned shell shade. And I'm just going to pat this right on top of the concealer, giving it a bit of a matte finish and setting the concealer in place. Now I'm taking M536 and I'm going to start creating the eye shape that I want. I'm going to sweep this back and forth above my natural crease. I'm scooping that down by the bridge of my nose, and I'm bringing this underneath the eye as well. Now with M240, same brush, I'm going to place this slightly lower than where I was. I'm just going to carefully shape the eye look. Going back into my transition shade. And continue to blend. Those edges make everything nice and soft. We're just laying down a base for the black to blend into. The smoother it is now, the easier it will be. Wayne Goss 18 brush. Go back into the lightest shade. Just clean up underneath the brow a little. Now black. Taking the black and doing the exact same thing as I did with the teal, but keeping it more precise. Softly layering it. I'm just going back and forth until I'm happy with the intensity. Not caring too much if I'm messy on the center of the lid, because we'll carve that out. But I'm being careful with the perimeter, making sure it looks nice and blended. You can do this with any color combination you want. It would be really pretty in warm tones too, and like a deep chocolate brown or even lighter shades. With a smaller brush, this one is number 19, I'm going to take that teal shade and I'm going to connect this top edge to the bottom of my lower lash line and run that all the way across. Blend the edges. Taking that smallest brush again and going into the black to deepen that out a little bit more. I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. With a flat concealer brush, this one is from MAC, I'm going to put that right on the center of the lid and start to shape out a space. I worked out from the center so that the edges kind of fade into the shades of gray as product mixes onto the bristles of the brush. I want the brightest part of the foundation to be right in the center, the rest of that base shade to be darker and fade out. So that when we put the glitter on top, even though we're bringing it out to the very edge, I want it to have a base of gradation. I'm taking this Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter pencil and I'm going to run this in the waterline. Now for the really fun part. So Makeup Forever Starlit Glitter Palette. The shimmer in these is just unbelievable. It consists of very fine glitter in a sheer eyeshadow base. So pretty. When I received this palette in the mail, 3 of the shadows had shrank in the pan from the cold. They feel like a wet sort of formula. It reminds me of the Natasha Denona holiday palettes. Some of those shades in there. So they shrank and I had to repress them. One of them is shrinking again. I've repressed it twice now. So we shall see. But they are very, very pretty. So I'm going to take this eyeliner brush from e.l.f. It's a small angled brush. And first go into Prism, this shade over here. And I'm going to pat that right, starting from the inner corner of the lid. Oh my gosh, I hope it's picking up on camera. It's absolutely divine. Now I'm going to take Flame, this shade over here. I'm going to continue with Flame on the outer third, overlapping it with Prism so that they fade into each other. Follow this angle that we made with the black transition shade. I'm going to take a bit of Beam, the brightest purple shade, and pat that right on top of the center. I'm going to take my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer and layer this especially on the bottom lashes. Now before continuing with mascara, I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs gel liner and tightline just the top. Now here's the rub. We're going to do white lashes on the bottom and black lashes on top. This is not going to be quite white enough on its own. It kind of dries clear. I'm going to take my Lancome Big Mascara and just coat the top lashes. Now I'm going to take my Aqua XL in the shade White from Makeup Forever comb, lash comb. I'm going to coat this in the white and run this through my lower lashes. I'm going to throw on a pair of lashes. These are the 120 Demi Wispies from Ardell. I'm going to prime my skin using my Physicians Formula Argan Oil with Coconut Water Primer. And then we're going in with the Physicians Formula The Healthy Foundation SPF 20 with the Brightening Complex for all skin types in LW2. With a dry sponge, meaning this is a sponge from Sephora that's meant to be used dry. Now I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I'm going to place that right underneath the eyes and down the center of the nose. I need a little more coverage by the cheeks too. Okay, with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury powder, I'm going to set my under eyes. I'm going to use my MAC bronzing powder in Golden. And then for blush, I'm taking Partake from Tarte. Last year's Sephora birthday gift. That is part of their permanent line now in full size. Just a very natural blush. Finally, we're doing a highlight. So I'm going to take these two shades as my highlighters today. I'm going to use my personal favorite highlighting brush. This guy is meant for painting, but yes. So I'm going to take Spark, this guy over here, and bring that down my nose. this is a glitter, so if you don't like glittery highlights, or if you don't like glitter on your face, then don't do this. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of flicker too, this rose gold shade, and bring that more along the blush area in the back. And then finally, reflection, which is going to be that bright topper shade. It's going to be the most punchy. This makes for a really pretty highlighter if you don't mind glitter. Final steps, setting spray and lip. This is my Skindinavia finishing spray. And then finally for lips, I'm going to take Pat McGrath Omi. This is from that special Valentine's Day duo that she put out. But the color is not limited edition, it's permanent. And then finally, I'm going to take Flame, this guy, and pat that right over my lip. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, definitely leave me a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're new, subscribe, join my Cake Face family. Love you lots, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.